Today, we're going to talk about morning.
We all have a satisfaction associated with doing something that somebody finds useful.
So why in the world would I dedicate a whole thing to morning? Well, morning. It's a really special time. Whoops, dark face. It is a time of renewal, obviously. I mean, the sun comes up every day, whether it's cloudy or whether it's sunny, and whether the days are short or the days are long. But morning comes after the dark of night, and the dark of night often represents a couple of things, right? Bad things happen after midnight, and there's negativity associated with darkness. But darkness is also the time we sleep, and it is the time of renewal and the time that our bodies rejuvenate and refresh and so forth. Now, there were many years I worked shift work, rotating shift work, and so I'd work a week of days and a week of afternoon shift and a week of graveyards, and it just kept rotating like that. And rotating shift work can be really hard on the body, but it's also something that led me greatly to appreciate the actual cycle of day, because creating an artificial cycle by having to come home at 7 in the morning and finding a dark, cool place to take to sleep. You can do it, but it's a difficult thing, and adjusting your body every week to a different time to be awake and asleep is something that takes some practice and some work. And all of this led me to a greater appreciation for the actual sun cycle on the earth. Now, this is light rope, daily transformation for the bold. And there's something that I think we miss, and that is the power of the morning. There's lots of jokes about, don't talk to me till I've had my first cup of coffee, and I'm not a morning person, and it takes a long time to wake up and get active and so forth. And I think that's mostly socialized and learned. My experience with myself and with many others is that if you choose to create a different habit, that you can take much greater advantage of the morning. There's also a lot of medical study that talks about the increased mental acuity and wakefulness in the morning, right after sleep. In other words, when you're most refreshed. There's a number of books that have been written about productivity. There's one that I have read recently called The 5 a.m. Miracle, and it talked about the power of getting up early. In his case, he picked 5 a.m. And my own experience happens to also be exactly at 5 a.m. For some reason, that was the time that, my mom and dad used to get us up, even as kids, and that might be weird, but we did, and we exercised and had breakfast together at 6. And I learned to love, appreciate, and understand the mornings in a different way. Morning for me is a time of power. Morning for me is a time of gratitude. It's a time of creation. And when I get up at 5 and exercise and do my daily ritual, I have a ritual that also creates power for the day. But when I get up at 5 o'clock and do that, by 9 o'clock or 10, I have a long list of things done. Marketing for my business, follow-up emails, a bunch of stuff written, articles that I'm writing are done. Done. And so by 10 o'clock, I have like a whole day's work done often. And I'm not alone in this. I know a number of people who have similar reports and describe when they make changes to get that going in the morning, that it becomes almost like you have 2 days in a day. You become incredibly more productive. So what does that mean, and what does that have to do with this series? Well, I want you to consider something. I don't know what your relationship is to the morning and the sunrise, and what you feel about getting up early, or claim you're a night person and love to stay up late and that sort of thing. I would encourage you to consider, since this channel is about transformation, and almost everyone feels harried, overwhelmed, rushed, too much to do, right? And there is a solution to that. There is a real way to make that problem disappear. And it isn't with rigorous time management and scheduled books and being robotic in implementation. It is to rearrange our attitude and take much greater advantage of the morning. The hours that go by from 5 to noon are fantastically more productive if you create a life that makes that so. And There's some planning things that you can do the night before. But this broadcast is really about the morning. I found through trying rotating shift work for a dozen years and all kinds of other schedules and coaching and working with all kinds of people, that almost without exception, those who do the work to create a morning ritual and get up early and learn to embrace and love that lifestyle are fantastically more productive. They actually get way more done in the same number of hours as those who don't. And so when we're talking about transformation for the bold, if you are bold and if you want a tool for transformation, consider your relationship with the morning of every day. How do you use it? Do you have a ritual, a wake up and power ritual that involves spiritual and emotional and mental and physical things? And if you don't, consider making some changes there. And if you'd like some help, I can certainly help you create a morning ritual. The place to go take a look at that and to help create that is www.resultsequationintensive.com, resultsequationintensive.com. And that's a program that I have that's a 90-day workshop to help people accomplish incredible things. One of them for you might be changing your entire relationship with the day, starting with how you use the morning. But whether you do that or not, I invite you to consider how you can use the morning more effectively and greet and treat each day as a joyful blessing, because that feeling of creating that attitude and approach to the day every time has been fantastically both profitable from a cash standpoint and from an energy standpoint and from a personal life satisfaction standpoint. And there have been absolutely no drawbacks. And when I live in the story of, oh, I'm tired, I can't do this, it doesn't work. It's less productive, and all it is a story, and then I end up feeling behind the 8 ball or overwhelmed or less productive. So it's always a choice. And I invite you to consider that choice and reevaluate and improve your relationship with the morning.
Thank you for watching the videos. Take this opportunity, leave a comment, subscribe most of all, and don't forget to spread the word about this channel.